Guys, welcome to another edition of FSI's NFL Showdown preview show. I am your host, TK Nation 47, breaking down the Buffalo Bills and Kansas City Chiefs Sunday night football game on NBC, 8:20 start time. We got a 56.5 point total. Kansas City favored by 3 at Arrowhead. Really low number to see on KC. As we know, their defensive problems have been a very big issue for them, but this is still one of the most high-powered offenses in football. The Bills coming off of a couple of weak opponents in a row, so that makes them feeling good at 3-1. This is going to be, what people like to call a playoff preview. The weather could play a factor. It may rain today, but I don't think that's going to slow down a team, either team. In this matchup, we're expecting points galore. So we're going to break down each team real quick here. We're going to start with Buffalo. Josh Allen, highest price on the slate, 18.6 is really high for a captain. I think we could probably find a little bit better in that slot. You have guys like Diggs who are almost $5,000 less. Kelsey is, 13.8. So when it comes to captains, I'm going to try to target some upside, some 2-touchdown upside to overcome a quarterback dominant captain slot. That's kind of what you go for when you're in the shootout. You want multiple touchdowns at your captain spot for multiple points, the highest point upside. As we saw, it was, I believe, not this past Thursday, but 2 Thursdays ago, in that Cincinnati Bengals and Jacksonville Jaguars game. That tight end, Uzoma, scored 2 touchdowns in the captain spot and was the GPP winner. And he overcame all of the points that Burrow put up, and he's throwing him the football. So 2 touchdown upside at your captain spot in this kind of matchup. I'm going to go ahead and favor someone like, Stephon Diggs in a get-right spot here. I don't mind Emmanuel Sanders either. And I think for the Kansas City Chiefs, it would have to be Travis Kelce. I keep saying Kelce over Hill all the time, but Tre'Davious White on the other side for Buffalo. I think they got a lot of speed in that secondary. They could keep up with someone like Hill. I'm probably going to get burned on this again, but I'm going to keep going back to the well with Kelce, especially getting that discount at the captain spot. But I don't mind both of them. All right, let's talk value here. Clyde Edwards-Helaire at 74. He's been bouncing back. I think in a game like this, you could play Edwards-Helaire. I wonder about his upside. I think Kansas City's going to be throwing the ball a ton. He is getting catches out of the backfield, though. That does make him a dual threat. Next up, we have Zach Moss at 6,600. I really like that price tag for a guy who's been running a lot better than Singletary. You could certainly play Singletary, but I think his upside's limited without being able to crack the end zone. So I'm going to favor Zach Moss in that matchup, or in that platoon role. I think he can get more catches out of the backfield as well. He could be the guy that could break one, and Singletary more of a grinded out kind of running back. So Dawson Knox is a little too expensive for a guy. I mean, he's certainly having a really, really good year, but he's been very touchdown dependent. And if he does not score, I wonder what his upside will be at that price tag. So I'd rather have Cole Beasley. I think Cole Beasley could be one of the locks of the slate here. He's going to get a very weak secondary. We've seen him have over 10-plus targets in 2 games this season. Against that Washington front, he had 11 catches, 98 yards. He was really a big part of that game plan. I think Cole Beasley at 5,800 is the very steady lock value of the slate. Also, we have the kickers. As my friend and colleague Keith Jameson would like to tell you, kickers kick. They certainly will be kicking a lot in this game, whether it's extra points or field goals. And I love kickers in shootouts. I think that's one very underrated part about people taking kickers and shootouts is that they score a lot of points because a lot of points are being scored. It seems simple enough, and I think that leads us to the big question of the slate, and that will be Josh Gordon at 1,800 starting for the Kansas City Chiefs in his first game back in what seems like forever. As a Browns fan, I know all about Josh Gordon and the struggles that he has dealt with. Personally, I'm happy to see him back in football. He is a big part of the game in a way, with the way that he came out in that one season for the Browns. I'm just glad to see he's healthy, not struggling. There was a lot of dark times for him in his life. Maybe this is the spark he needs to get his life back on track. I hope for him this is the case. I wonder how much he's going to play. I know that eats into Pringle. That might eat into a little bit of time with Robinson, so that kind of lowers their value. And I think you could take a flyer. I'm not really sure what kind of game shape he's in. And, it's a lot of just question marks, but that takes away from Robinson. That'll take away from Pringle. I actually don't mind down here in this value range, Gabe Davis at $1,000. I think he could be someone that snipes a touchdown late in this game or just randomly scores. I think he could be someone that, breaks a slate at $1,000 to really get you that punt that you're looking for. I don't mind. Yeah, Gordon, I think, is a flyer. Gabe Davis, another good flyer. Pringle, I think his value is gone now that, you were going to have Josh Gordon in the mix. You could play Darrell Williams if you think Edwards-Helaire is going to bust. 3,600 is not really that good of value for a guy that's only going to get, maybe like 10% of the, or not even 10%, like 5% of the snaps. So I would be out. So kickers, Beasley, Gordon, Gabe Davis would be my favorite value plays of the slate. Captains, I think you're going to have to spend down a little bit to be able to fit all of what you need. I think that can make, Sanders and Diggs and Kelsey some of the better captain plays. All right, guys, that will do it for my quick Sunday night preview breakdown. This is going to be a great game, big shootout game. If you want a better breakdown, please join us at fsidfs.com, and you can sign up for the Discord through the website, and you can get a breakdown and a core later on today when it comes past, 1, 2 o'clock, when I get home from the football fields for the Pee Wee games here. All right, so, yeah, join us on the website. Follow me on Twitter at TKNation47. Everyone, have a fun football Sunday. Enjoy.